Hey, good morning. Welcome back to my stream. My name is Jeff Fritz. Today is June 23rd, 2018, and I'm slipping into radio voice. Good morning, I see Moz, EM Triple. Hey, Quinn Frog. Good to see you, and Parathon is there. Good morning, good morning. Let's get some groovy music here in the background. I'm going to go to my Music to Code By collection here, and today I'm going to play Indigo. So this is music that has been scientifically engineered, it's been designed to get us in the groove, to get us focused, so that we can concentrate on whatever task we may be working on. You can check it out at mtcb.pwop.com, or you know what, our friend Carl Franklin, who writes this, he also has an app that you can check out called Music to Flow By. Go ahead and check that out at musictoflowby.com. Every month he has a brand new song for you that's groovy just like this and will get you focused and in the mood. He's even got a new song that he just released for June. I heard for June or July? I forget which one it is, but I got a sample of it and I'm thrilled with the new song that's coming out. So big thanks to Carl. I'm wearing my Villanova National Champions hat tonight because today, this morning, this afternoon, depending on where you are. This week was the NBA draft, and Mikal Bridges from our Villanova Wildcats was drafted initially by the hometown 76ers. Your team, your town, your 76ers. That was their slogan for a while. And they immediately traded him to Phoenix. It felt so good. Villanova guy won the national championship, staying home as a pro. Thank you, Dev Chatter, for the host. And we traded him to Phoenix. We'll always remember that 2018 national champion team. Really great team. So much fun to watch. They just dominated. It was amazing. I got my coffee. I woke up a little bit late this morning. I woke up really early. Fell back asleep, and now it's like, oh my gosh, we got so much to do. I fly out for Developer Week a little bit later today, so I may cut this a little bit short. We'll see how it goes. When I get into building tests, I need to play Metallica. There's a problem with playing Metallica on stream. It's a surefire way to get the copyright police at Twitch to crack down on you, get very angry at you, and shut down your stream. especially Metallica. So you won't see me playing Metallica here. So we should also be hosted over there on the Visual Studio channel right now. There we go. Now I've got Git wants to be installed on all my other machines. I have 3 machines that I'm using to run the stream on a regular basis right now. There it goes. All right. Is that Francel Seams? Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you clicking the follow button for us there. And good morning, Steve. Always a pleasure to see you here on the stream. But I look forward to seeing you on... Oh, and Node Botanist hosting me. Thank you so much. But, Francel, I look forward to seeing you in the chat room. We just won at the World Cup 5-2. Who's we? We who? Which we is that? Oh my gosh, and now Visual Studio is hosting me. Of course Visual Studio is hosting me. Who's we, Brave Cobra? Belgium! Oh my gosh, okay. FIFA World Cup 2018. Let's go over and see what's going on with that. I know lots and lots of folks are interested in what's going on over there. If we search at Bing, they've got a nice set of panels here as to what's going on today. Oh, awesome. Well, okay, hang on. Now, Brave Cobra, you were playing Tunisia. You know, if it was 5-2 and you beat Mexico, woohoo! This is the one that I'm concerned about. I need to make sure that our German friends... Hey, Freddy Daddy, thank you for the follow. Need to make sure our German friends get a couple wins under their belt here, and I'm afraid that our Swedish colleagues are going to be facing a very angry Deutsch squad. Most importantly, I don't want to go and present in Germany in the middle of the World Cup to a 0-0-2 Germany squad on teamwork. That's going to be a problem. So, all right. Oh, dear Lord. It looks like I stirred up a hornet's nest here on Twitter. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Wow. So, you have to appreciate the little victories as well. Of course. Oh my gosh, of course. Hey, you've got to get the 3 points so you can move on from the group. Where's Belgium here? I don't even know what group it is. Group G. Oh, you've got this made in the shade. You're in the knockout round there. All right, Belgium. You have to appreciate the little victories as well. Go Cubbies. So what's on the agenda? So we had 2 guests this week. We had Amanda at the beginning of the week, and we talked about building those email notifications. And then we had Rachel Appel. We talked a little bit about SignalR and how to do some of those interactions. F# Friday yesterday, of course, was always fun. We enjoy spending time learning some F#. But in the meantime, there were a ton of pull requests and changes that were submitted here. So I think we should go over, review some of those pull requests. And there's a little bit of a kerfuffle? Kerfuffle? Yeah, that's a good word, kerfuffle. That is kicked up over on Twitter that I want to talk about here on stream. And we'll move on from there. We'll see what code we get back into at that point. So I want to start off looking in Stream Tools, because there's one pull request here, and we're continuing to see iteration on this top command. Nemanja is putting this together. Let's see what the latest comments are here. So it looks like he's still working on it. So I'm not gonna touch this. I'm not gonna push any further on this one. And then the other one is Core Wiki. Now, Core Wiki, I did see, 10 pull requests. Oh my gosh. 10? Wow. That's a lot. That's great. Crack this open and see what's inside here. All right. You're in face mode. I got it. Pro streamer right here. Let's take a look. We've got a lot of things happening here, and it looks like there's a couple of good fixes. Fix on the word count helper, the paginator, humanizer package for pluralization. Okay. Can notify for GDPR. GDPR. Let's take a look here. From Parathon, authorization tag helper. New tag helper will allow you to use two of 3 new attributes on an HTML element. Attributes can either hide or add a title attribute with a customized message. By default, the title attribute will tell the user they do not have permission to complete the action. Ah. Hey, good morning, President Not Sure. Good to catch me live. It's 2 a.m. in New Zealand. 2? Oh my gosh, Shauno, thank you for tuning in. And that's just another nudge on me to try looking at having an evening My Time stream. And I'm not sure my counter is keeping up there, because I see 26 here below me, but I'm looking, there's 32. I was going to say, I'm looking in the chat room here and I see a heck of a lot more than 26 people. All right. So let's see what Parathon has for us here. ASP policy attribute will tell the tag helper which policies the user must have. Policy message attribute will create the title attribute. The ASP policy hidden attribute will hide the HTML element if the user doesn't have the policies required. Now, I seem to remember there's an authorization tag helper that folks have out there, but let's take a look here. Can delete articles That requires role administrators. Okay. Delete. Okay, so we have an input. So this is the submit button. Policy can delete articles. You do not have permission to delete this article. So what does it do if you don't have that policy? If you don't satisfy that policy? Let's take a look here. So now we don't have to do this if. It's just an anchor with the policy. So here's the authorization tag helper. And it will target A tags. It'll target button tags. It'll target input tags with those appropriate attributes, right? So if it satisfies any of these, it'll turn into a tag helper. Now, what does the tag helper actually do? It takes in the authorization service, the context, receives the policy, decides whether or not to suppress the output. Okay, there's the message, the roles. Okay. So you do not have permission. If authorization succeeded, if authorization did not succeed, right? So it does an authorization check here. Okay, makes sense. I can understand that. And if we say suppress the output, it just completely hides the HTML element. Okay. If so, and it returns. Otherwise, if we are not suppressing the output, we make it disabled. And we change, if it's an anchor tag, we change it to a span. If it's a button or an input, we add it disabled. Pretty good. That makes sense to me. Excuse me. I like what Parathon has here. I thought I saw Parathon in the chat room. Nope, not right now. I'm okay with merging this. So let's merge that. Thanks for consolidating. That's not how you spell consolidate? That's not it. No. Spelling helper, that's it. Yeah, there you go. This logic into an easy to understand tag helper. And this is a great example of when you should use a tag helper. Alright. Seems pretty clean. Should we test it out before merging? Let's download it. I mean, I've merged it now, and it's merged into feature authorization. Let's go get it. While that's downloading, I will open the project. It does look it does look pretty clean into my eyes. It looked like it's going to work just fine. Let's just take a quick peek. There we go. All right, so I am not logged in. If I go over to all articles, if I mouse over delete, I'm not logged in. It forces me to log in. Because it's checking and it's trying to authorize and it's trying to use. Oh, crap. My flight to Germany just got delayed. Oh, crap. Alright, good thing I built an extra day and a half into my trip. Oh, boy. Let's 1 second. There we go. So it's asking me to log in. If I were to use another service to log in, bounce back. I do not have access. Try that again. Oh man. I've now got 50 minutes to make a connection in Munich. Oh, this is going to be fun. So what's going on here? Oh my gosh, there's a binary friend if I ever saw it. How's it going? Let's see here. So this is right. If I click the delete over here, I still get access denied. Let's close everything. This is the all page, not for identity. Let's just take a look at what's going on with this. So there's the pagination that we're going to end up changing, and it's routing through article row. So if we go to article row, so if we match the policy can delete articles if we don't pass it. Alright, so let's take a look at can delete articles. Schism, thank you for the follow. Let's see if we can find that. Right. So I just did a quick find on it. There it is. Authorization policy. Can delete articles. Requires an authenticated user and requires the role administrators. So I'm not sure that the tag helper did what it was supposed to do there. It's certainly lit up here to indicate that the tag helper has been applied. Started exercising and running. Munich Airport is not so small. I'm familiar with the München Flughafen. Yes. That's not going to be easy. And Tripit is already telling me, yeah. Oh yeah. We're gonna have a delayed a half an hour. I may get stuck in Munich. Fortunately, it's 8 a.m. Central European time when I land, and I'll be able to hopefully find a connecting flight to Nuremberg. All right, let's take a look at this. Always fun to hear. This is the last and final call. It's always fun to hear that in German, not my native language. All right. The button should be visible if you don't have permissions. Agreed. But I don't think it's actually doing the thing. Right, let's go look at authorization tag helper. I don't think it's actually applying. Let's put a check right there. It didn't execute at all. Look at that. The debugger's attached. Yes, Germans are efficient normally, and that's why I'm afraid. Because they're going to be... Everything's going to be right on time in Munich, and I'm... except for my flight. Alright. And that's a British Airways flight. Are you administrator, Jeff? Even if I wasn't administrator, Jeff, it's not hitting my breakpoint here. Now it's telling me no symbols have been loaded for this. Let's force a rebuild. Just to make sure. The tag helper should execute either way. Yes, agreed. Right, so let's put a breakpoint right here where it should be doing that, and we can inspect the user. Stop zooming so much. All right, so hey Jeff. All right, there we go. So if I go over to all articles, now I'm hitting it. All right, so the current user, there's my principal, there's my identity, name, role, claim type, right, claims, name, identifier, name, security, timestamp, authentication method, Twitter. Okay. So it failed the authorization check. You did you caught up going from San Francisco to Frankfurt. Okay, cool. All right, so that looks like it's behaving properly. It is doing the check, and now it is disabled. You do not have permission to delete. All right, that's better. I probably had it in some state of recompile that wasn't proper there. So, yeah, we're good with this. Great work by Parathon there. All right. Moving on. Added creation of new stub articles from links embedded in an article by S&B. I think I saw S&B here. No, not right. Not yet. Clicking save with these two unresolved links. So you're using some markdown to generate the link here. Okay. Found links to articles that do not yet exist. Would you like to create these articles? So this is during create time. Viewing all articles shows the new stub that have been created. All right. So what this is doing is it's checking. I only write good code. Let's do a poll on this and take a look, because I'm not sure about the order of events on this one. All right. Yep, go ahead. And we'll restart. So I do have a request from, I can share this about CoreWiki. I do have a request from the boss that we don't have a good baseline simple CMS for .NET Core. And CoreWiki feels like it could be that for us. So I'm going to click new article here. This is a new article. Thanks for checking out my new article. Be sure to read the other article I wrote as well. Now, if we want the other article to be linked, if we have this go to the other article. Okay, don't need that breakpoint. Yep, apply those migrations. Oh boy. Oh. I've been brutal with these migrations, haven't I? Just awful. Here. If I do .NET EF database update, try that again. I don't think it'll allow me to do the update. Any idea why the EF core team do not want to add auto migration? Don't know. Sorry. Not familiar. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be easier to just nuke the database for me at this point. Let's just do that. Restart. Did you have the key press visualization running? Oh, you're talking about Karnak. Why won't it find? You make me sad. I'll turn on Karnak. And I there we go. Oh wait, and I just closed it. There we go. Alright. There, now you can see my keys. And localhost 5000. Hey Anthony, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you joining us. Pester the EF SQLite team to improve their migration support. I kind of agree. Every time you deploy it will override the database. You might be onto something there. Alright. Where was I? Creating a new article. My new article. This is a great new article. Check out my other article. And if we turn that into a link, my other article. The following links to Core Wiki articles do not exist, were found in the article. Would you like to create these articles now? Now, if I say yes, it should generate a little stub. Okay. And I can go over there and I can see that. Now, if I edit this, I have yet another new article. And if we take that, another new article. And if I say no, it goes to article not found. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. What I may want to do... Who asked for the Karnak spam? Let's go over to Karnak. There's a way to shorten just how long those are on screen. Oh no, it's not here. I thought there was a way to shorten how long they were on screen. I do want that up on screen though, and I keep closing it instead of minimizing. There we go. All right, that version does not support it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It used to support it. So, no, disagree. Standby reloading. Database administrators are very protective of their database, and they want to know and understand and feel and see all of the code that's being applied to changing their system, because they're responsible for it. So I don't blame them for wanting to be protective of their systems that they're charged with maintaining, and it's their job to maintain, and downtime they're directly responsible for, and for many of them that appears on their year-end reviews. So of course, for those folks that it affects how much they're going to get paid, you're not going to get them to accept things easily. It's easier to work with them and discuss and understand what their needs are then it's going to be to argue and try and get them to adjust to different folks and different platforms seeing and managing things differently. That's weird. Yeah, I thought that was weird. My widgets are misbehaving here. Let's see what's going on with those. Yeah. Let's kick it, and I will restart them. There we go. There we go. Now it's listening. That's better. All right. I can't type anymore. DBAs. Yep. So, shipping SQL files and wait for migrations to complete. Yep, I do. When it comes to promoting to a production space, I do. And you're updating a database? Yes. Those folks want to understand what's being changed. I completely... Look, everybody's rated on the stability of their production web applications. Everybody, even the developers. It's better to have another pair of eyes on those database changes than have them have to learn C# or whatever your language of migration preference is. Let them see it in the change in the languages and tools for the database, and everybody will be happy. So it's a switch in the code to generate the SQL statements. I don't see a problem with deploying and sharing that information with them. So I'm going to accept this pull request from S&B. What I'd like to do, I'm going to create a follow-up, issue for the article not found. For the article not found page, to allow authors to be able to create those articles, to create an article, to create an article that was not found. But that's great. This is a nice complete fix here, and I love the use of images to kind of hammer home here's exactly what it does. Did I see add ability to edit the topic? Alright, let's do a new here. Article not found page should allow, should have a create this page link. I think that's pretty self-describing. Make that an enhancement. You know what? That might even be a good first issue, and I'll label it help wanted as well. Cool. Alright, more pull requests. DBA's gray-bearded angry men. Oh, Jobun. You're using IIS Local, IIS Express, or Docker. I'm actually using Kestrel. Yeah, Parathon's right. I'm using the built-in ASP.NET Core web server. It's not a substitute. It's, right, IIS, for folks who aren't familiar with what is that Ju home? For what they're asking about, IIS, of course, is the Windows web server. IIS Express is the developer one that comes with Visual Studio. I'm using, when you use ASP.NET Core, it comes with and it uses the Kestrel web server, which is a managed web server that was built and is shipped with ASP.NET Core. And you connect it to IIS or Apache or Nginx so that you can set up reverse proxy, just like you do with the Node.js Express web server. So I'm using Kestrel directly because it's pretty fast and I don't have to wait for IIS to recycle. It's easy for me to just bounce back and forth. And I think you see that a little bit. Good morning, Lennon BR. Stand by reloading in CI/CD. You run the update database command before starting up the site, so no migrations are needed while running. I hope Kestrel will become a substitute for IIS at some point. It is beautiful and faster, but there's things that it doesn't do that IIS does, like Active Directory authentication. IIS also has a ton of history to it and robustness that's been built into it. Other features, it'll support other, not just ASP.NET Core, but other programming languages and frameworks that it will host, so you could actually combine and have multiple services running together behind the same host name. A lot of different options. Alright, so let's take a look at some of these other ones. Unable to edit the home page from Parathon here. What did we change? So we fixed the route there. Well, that's easy. That looks simple. Merge that. Thanks for picking up on this. Much appreciated. Alright. Should not be able to delete the home page. If model slug does not equal homepage, then it outputs the delete button. That makes perfect sense. Sure, I'll take that. And that's 120. Should make sure that issue gets closed. Yep. So we'll close that. Thanks for closing this issue. Cool. And what was that previous one? I should check to see. Let's... Not... Where am I? No. This one. 120. We just did that one. 118. Did that get closed? Yep, done, closed. It's supposed to actually, when you it's either in the commit or in the pull request. Who uses Active Directory? Oh. Azure AD is pretty good. Alright, let me go back to the pull requests. Start testing some things and fix word count helper from Ashley Broughton. Alright, let's see what you got here, Ashley. Could be fairly inefficient because of the allocations, but it passes all current test cases. Might want to include words that consist of digits only. Fixes 111. Now let's take a look at 111. So, word count returns an inaccurate count. So it seems that SimpleMD has a word count and estimated reader time built into the editor. Perhaps this can be adapted, used. Can you post a link to the docs to the word count and estimated reader? Code is actually part of SystemMDE, and it's down here. Oh, all right. I just noticed that a previous commit on this file removed using split for the very reason I mentioned. Either way, the test cases would be good for working implementation of word count. So we've got a slight conflict here we need to take a look at. Gosh, I've missed a couple comments here. Not your first choice. To each their own. Everybody has their own preferences. Look at Parathon racking up those commit points. Absolutely, everybody's got to get some points. Read articles is the real work of programmers. Absolutely, Mayan. And I say this to a lot of folks, and I mentioned this. I was on Developer on Fire, that podcast, a few weeks ago. Every developer should always be learning. Always be reading articles. Always be learning. So I completely agree with you, Maya and Anger. Yes, you're right on there. So there's a merge here. I was going to check this out and take a look at what was happening anyway. Let's see what the files were changed, just to see what's going on. Oh, so it looks like we're introducing a test project here as well. Fantastic. Thank you, Ashley Broughton, for bringing this. String helper tests. Okay, so word count should be accurate. That's a very opinionated test name there. And actually, this is using XUnit. Okay. Our friend Brad Wilson has been poking around. He's one of the maintainers of XUnit. And I'm trying to settle on a time to have Brad on stream with us here. I'll fix it to make it have my name and claim all contributions. Alright, so here's the addition to that, and here's string helpers. Okay, that's fine. And then this is, right, optimizing how it's counting. Alright, I'm feeling pretty good about this change. Let's do the merge here locally. Not that one. Oh, Maya and Anger, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you joining us here on the stream. And I've already seen you in the chat room, so thank you for your contribution, and I appreciate you clicking the follow for me. We're over 2,600 followers. Can you believe it? Holy crow. When did this happen? Oh my gosh. Alright, so I am going to check out, back to my dev. Let's take a look at my branches, because I want to clean up a little bit here. It's just that one from S&B. So I will delete that. I have tab completion here because I'm using a PowerShell plugin called PoshGit. If you haven't seen me use this before, I think it's really cool. It's nice. It makes things easy for me to use here. I'm trying to paste and it's not copying in those commands. There we go. All right, let's see what Ashley has. Find the right news to read instead of the article complaining about a Windows 7 update having an issue with P3 CPUs. Agreed, standby reloading. There's definitely something to the timeliness of content, and that's why I try to make it clear at the beginning of each one of these videos. Here's the date of this, because what we're doing here, what we're showing on these videos, is very time sensitive, right? If you come back to this video in 10 years, I'm going to look a heck of a lot younger in 10 years. And a lot of this stuff is going to be very out of date. What's your opinion on using more robust framework for business logic, making a business object smart instead of anemic? I'm aiming at CSLA framework, which includes validation, permissions, and business rules. Oh my gosh, IT Gorin. I think that's a great idea. I've just got somebody text messaging here. Let me blow them off politely. There we go. This was an article written today. Okay, that's pretty lame, standby reloading. But to IT Gorin, I think that's a great idea, and you're reminding me, I'm still recruiting folks for our architecture workshop in July. And regarding CSLA, it might be fun to reach out to Rocky Lotka and ask him if he could join us for an hour and talk about CSLA. I'm going to take that as a note. Let's start a new notepad. Now, you know what I should do? I should use sticky notes. There it is. Architecture. I think it's a good idea when you're talking about more robust systems that have significant business logic to have more enterprise grade objects in them. With CSLA, I'll ask him. No guarantees, but that might be fun to see. To get his opinion and to help us out here on stream, talk a little bit about CSLA. I'm using in the latest 15 years with great success on large projects. Terrific. There has been a request or two to get a little bit more enterprisey in the scope of some of the projects that we're working on. I think if we're going to turn CoreWiki into a more robust CMS, we're going to see that happen here. Oh, please. IT Goran, for my projects, everybody's welcome to submit a pull request. We'll always review them here on stream, and you'll get some good feedback from myself and from our other pair programmers that you see there in the chat room. We're always a very open and welcoming environment. I want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to learn here with us. So please, if you want to create a pull request, and this goes not just for IT Goran there, but for everybody in the chat room and folks that are watching out there on YouTube. Yeah, I see you out there on YouTube. Create a pull request. If there's something you see here that needs changing, do it! Contribute. It's okay. We're happy to see and talk to you about code that you wrote and work together. This is all about us growing as a community, right? I mean, gosh, I'm learning on Fridays, right? I'm completely going into that blind and learning. Yeah, reload. I need to stop this because I went and changed these. Should do a stream on building. What is this? Lonely devs to help me launch that project. Oh my gosh. So, what Standby Reloading is talking about there is, when we first saw Visual Studio Live Share, we made this joke about Tinder for developers. Swipe left. Hey, join my project. Hey, let's code together. Match.com for developers wanting to work on projects together. It's not a bad idea. Absolutely. See, Marathon, why not? Why not? See, Leshev thinks it's funny. It's funny, but you know what? This goes actually towards a little bit domain sniped. The idea is, right, how many of us are, and this actually goes towards what I'm speaking about on my keynote on Monday. How many of us started as lonely developers working in our spare bedroom or in the basement, writing code by ourselves, and you didn't have anybody to work with? It isn't until you have that team and you get that second person that is that sounding board that will help you confirm and grow. Sunny K. Sharma, thank you for the follow. Welcome to our community. I look forward to seeing you in the chat room. Yep, there it is. Lonely developer seeking friends for VSLS. Absolutely. Quinn, it's simultaneously funny but valuable. Because how many right, first timers open source, what is it, isn't it first timers only? Yeah, first timers only get involved in open source, right? Folks like IT Goran here was saying, I'd like to submit a small PR, I'd like to help, I want to learn a little bit, and maybe IT Goran, you know, would like another pair of eyes to take a look at what's going on. And websites like upforgrabs.net, first timers only, they have, it's great as a place to invite and say, hey, check this out. But when you want to get that other pair of eyes, that non-imposing mentor that can help, you know, look at the code together with you, and maybe it's somebody else who just wants to check it out and get started, there's an opportunity there. So I think there's an opportunity there to get people to socialize, make some friends, and make some good code. So yeah, I really like the idea, Quinn Frog. I did a couple of episodes, but I don't think I picked the right time for people to watch. That project needs to happen, says Justin. How do I pick a good time to stream with a 9-to-5 job? So I'm very fortunate that my employer approves of my streaming and encourages me to stream. You may have seen, we saw the Visual Studio channel is hosting this. They gave that to me. I'm managing the Visual Studio channel. We're going to grow that here over the summer. So they're very excited about the opportunities with streaming, but I can understand other folks. And before I started at my previous employer, Telerik, my employer before that was not thrilled with me using my vacation time to go and speak at conferences. They really were unhappy with that. I mean, president of the company called me into his office and said, "Hey, why did you go and I took sponsorship money to pay for my flight to go speak at a conference." And they were really upset about that. And that's their problem. That's, their concern. They need to figure that out, that having somebody who can speak and teach people at conferences is valuable. So I can understand somebody saying, well, we don't want you streaming and teaching developers during business hours. What I've done is I've found time before most of my colleagues start their day, and that's why I stream at about 10 in the morning. It fits nicely into the East Coast time, and it's before folks on the West Coast get to the office. My friend Fierce Kittens, she likes to stream in the evening, 9 p.m. But the thing that I would stress to you, Standby Reloading, is it's not going to be a home run from the get-go. If you look at my first streams, I had single-digit viewers. Don't be afraid of it. Let me know when you're thinking of streaming. I'm more than happy, and this goes to everybody in the chat room. Let me know when you're thinking, if you want to stream, let me know. I am more than happy to support you, to give you a little bit of promotion, to direct folks your way. I want to see our community grow. And if other folks have great ideas like lonely developers seeking friends and they want to work on it together on stream, let's do it. Let's support that. Let's grow that. Don't figure out what time works for you, Standby Reloading. Thank you for the follow, Mr. Pretty Face. I appreciate you joining us. But it's got to be a regular thing, just like blogging. And I think you see that with me. I have a very rigid schedule. So give it a try. Let me know what it comes up with. Hey, I think I just saw Claire step into the chat room. Is that Claire out there? Just ask Claire? Nope, she left. I'm sorry. All right. So I think it's a neat idea. You should check that out. All right. So I was in the middle of merging this, and this is the word count function, and it created a test project here for us as well. I think I need to reload my solution. Oh, wait a sec. It should have... Actually, I didn't have a merge issue there. Programming streams are not that popular for some reason. Most of them are JavaScript and Framework of the Week. Agreed, Joe Bun. Yes. And for the record, especially if you're a .NET or Visual Studio streamer, I will absolutely host you here on my stream, and try and get you some buzz and get you some folks following. Start out with a Saturday stream right after. Most are watching me. I would certainly raid. Absolutely. We've sent raids over to Dev Chatter. If you wanted to go right after me on Saturdays, I'll raid you. Absolutely. And our friend Suze Hinton on Sundays, she raids other developers as well when she's done. So there you go. And, oh, look, our friend Claire is actually streaming right now. I just got a notice that she's starting. Just Ask Claire is over there on Twitch. Why didn't I get the merge error? Trying to bring this in. And I didn't get my solution. Let me close and reopen the solution. Right, open. Oh, rats. There it is. I should have gotten... There's the test. Alright, let's see it restore all the packages. Restore completed. Installing the test SDK. You can't see it there behind my head. That's okay. We'll build. And then let's open up the test runner. Test Explorer. Well, let's dock you here. String helper tests. Alright, word count should be accurate with various sentences. Go, run it. Do it. Do it. Run. Go now. Da, 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 da. About to finish moving to a new state this weekend, so I'm hoping to have time to stream next weekend. Fantastic. About 3 hours south of Philly. Oh my gosh. So that sounds like you're in Virginia? Maryland, Virginia area? So 11 tests passed here on this. Let's see what's... Let's go down into one of these tests. Sentence.word count. Returns the number of words in a string. So yeah, this is now doing the for loop to determine the word count. And then calculate read time is taking that word count and dividing by words per minute. There you go. Absolutely. Let's throw standby reloading some support there, right? Why don't you put up a link to your Twitch channel so folks know where you are, and we can absolutely encourage folks to follow you. Click and join in. Especially if you're going to be working on Lonely Developers Looking for Friends. Divide by Zero show. All right. There we go. Cool. So this actually looks like a pretty good merge. Let's make sure it didn't break anything. Have I pushed to upstream dev? I don't see any changes. I didn't push this up yet. Estimated reading time. Fine. If I go here... Looks pretty good. There we go. Absolutely. Let's pump up his numbers over there. This looks fine. So let's merge and push. Or it contains work I do not have locally. I thought I pulled that. Now we get the merge failed. Alright. Yep, there it is. String helpers. Reload, yes. No problem. Absolutely. Let's get you some support here. Alright, so there's... Yeah, the tests are gonna get grouchy. And that was on the sentence word count, and we should see... I thought the merge problem was over here in string helpers. There it is. Yep, we don't need those. Yeah, that should work. So let's see if our tests all run. And test run. Make sure that the page actually runs still. Looks good. All right. So let's merge now. Still doesn't like it. Oh, you know what? I didn't actually do the... I didn't commit. Yeah, look at that. Ugh. Helpers, string helpers. And now let's get push. There we go. All right. So this should show that it was merged. Yep. Cool. Thanks for the help on this. And I really appreciate you adding the unit test project to the solution. I should have added that a long time ago. Cool. Alright, so we should see Ashley pop up on the scoreboard there. Might not appear immediately because of the recalculation. Here comes Core Wiki, top for the week. There's S&B. Yeah, it's not gonna, it probably won't have it immediately, but we should see it in a little bit. Alright, next pull request. 5 to go. Redirect and confirm email from S&B. This fixes 128. 128. The following code redirects to a page that does not exist if user ID or code are null. Yeah, we should redirect to the homepage if... Yeah, I can buy that. That makes perfect sense, and doesn't feel like it needs a lot of explanation. It's... that doesn't need too much here. Thanks for picking up on this and sending the fix. Cool. And, right, we should see 128 closed automatically, right? No, it didn't close. Alright. Improve support for screen readers on paginator links from Ashley. A snippet to help with implementing accessibility features for screen readers and such. This is something that I do a very poor job on, and ensuring that accessibility is in there. So this is... I'm pretty happy to see that this is happening. Oh my gosh. An ARIA helper. Add ARIA spans. Huh. Takes in a tag builder, screen reader text, and area hidden text. Attributes add. Oh, and this is going on the pager tag helper. Alright. Oh, that's cool. Alright. So this is adding the appropriate ARIA hidden and the span for the screen reader. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's really great. I want to take a look at this. All right, let's see what this looks like locally here. Yeah, I love simple little changes like this that add so much value to people who right, unless we're thinking about it and we're actively reaching out to those communities, we're not helping. So we'll see this load. And now if I go over to all articles, actually I'm not going to see a pager for this, am I? Let's go back here. This is on the... Right, this was on the pager? Yeah, on the pager tag helper. Well, I don't have a pager loaded right now. Right, because we're... Yeah, we need to enhance the pager here. So, these kind of actually... Look at this. Ashley's been busy here. Oh my gosh. Alright, let's take a look. I mean, that looks like it's doing the right thing, even though I can't see it. Right, if we open this up and we look at... I mean, this is building for right now, but I don't have the pager on the screen. So I'm going to merge this. And then I'm going to go over to the other one that's actually doing the paginator. This is really cool and something we should have considered when we started the page. Thank you for your help on this. All right. Cool. So that went into the dev branch. And then I'm going to go to the paginator here. Starting to address 113. 113 is pager can get too unwieldy. So 2 pager tags on the alt document page, one with a set to max 10 links and the other set to 5 so that we can do this. Oh my gosh. Lots and lots of changes there, and of course I like the verified sitting there. So we've got a slight conflict in the pager tagger helper. Was it the Telerik thing in Zurich you can't make it to? Correct. Oh my gosh. Lots of comments here that I missed. This is X unit that Ashley brought in. Just followed. You should also follow divide by 0. Alright. I'm surprised I didn't put it in originally, as I use the ARIA values on all my sites. No worries. No worries. Alright, so, the conflict here is... Oh yeah, this is clearly... I'll bring this out into the command line. And we'll update this. And take a look-see. Alright. So the conflict is in... I thought the conflict was in pager tag helper. Yeah. CoreWiki tag helpers, pager tag helper. Here, there. Now look, that other one isn't here. Oh, it's not part of this pull request. And I don't have the conflict tag in here right now, but I will get it when I try to do the merge. Right? There we go. Alright. Yup. Reload it. Show me where that is. There's some red for me. So I like the new button helpers that are here. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Let's make sure the tests still run. You know what? I should turn on live unit testing. Run. There it is. Start the live unit testing. Make that happen. Trying to convince work to let me go. Eh. There we go. So if I go to all articles, there's the pager again. And let's do the merge, right? Not AD. CoreWiki. Is it going to give me the entire thing? I'm already in CoreWiki. Make that happen. Cool. Right, because now I should have that ARIA tag on here as well. Page link. Disabled page item. I don't see the ARIAs. Or did they not? I thought we merged that. Right, shouldn't we see that? I thought we just merged in that ARIA helper. So here in dev helpers, aria helper, right? I mean, there's a bunch of, or am I looking in tag helpers? I'm looking in the wrong one. Up here, there's aria helper. So I should get a span aria hidden true. Let's restart, just to make sure. Just to make sure. Not sure if Totally is still updated, but there's a bookmarklet for accessibility stuff there. Yeah. Alright, so there's that. I'll do an F12, and let's click into one of these. Yeah, I don't see the... Right, we should see that aria popping up. Zero references. Let's go back to the code that we merged for that. Because I think we may have dropped it by accident. So there's the aria helper. So down here in pager tag helper, when it does current page, it should add aria spans. So page tag helper. Ah, okay, hang on. So this got moved. Yeah, this got moved for the page number. Right, that's going to be somewhere down here. Calculate paginator display range. Create page number if page number is current page. Active. Right. Create span page for the page number. Okay, so this one. Ah, there we go. Span page link. So, right, we went from, right, add the CSS class, inner HTML append, haha, to add aria spans. So I think we want tag, oh, I gotta stop this, right? Tag dot add aria spans. And I'm just going to copy that code. And that should do it, right? The other change was generate page link. Here, link text is now empty. Why? Because we call add aria spans at the end. Alright, so let's do that. After add class, add aria spans. And let's see how that looks. Hey, Andres. Alright. Loading, loading. Here we go. So if I go all articles, now we're in the aria. Yeah. Well, that's not right. That's not right. So it's got the aria label. Aria hidden true, okay. But these ones don't have the correct number there. I done broked it. So I think it's this one. Were you able to finish yesterday with the Azure functions? I don't have it completely working yet. I don't have it saving the data to the database, but I do have it receiving and identifying the repository. There's a bunch of other information that I think we want to track as well in there. So there's my arrows. I think I need to also try to get these arrows. Well, they're not enabled right now. Right? I think we're going to need arias on those as well. Right, so these create link page. We need that link text inside of it. Did you hear from anyone on the Azure Functions issue? Oh, they're looking at it. Oh yes, they're looking at it. So if we look at this, yeah, we need to add well, this is when we're creating the link. And then it decides whether to disable them later. But when we're creating them, I've got a bunch of other ones to do here. I'm going to comment that one back out. And commit this change. Right, so we just add the aria spans for the page numbers. Reintroduced aria spans for page numbers in the pager. So that's back in there. Yeah. Maybe the arrows won't be enabled. Right. Right. So, I think we can close this one because we merged this. Thanks for the contribution. Let me just take a quick look at the other pull requests, because that last one is Humanizer. But this removed the aria work you did in a previous PR. Can you take a look at the merged code and suggest an update to include that feature? Cool. You're learning C#. Any good books you recommend? My friend Phil Japixi has a great book on learning C#. Philip Japixi C#7. Pro C#7 with .NET and .NET Core. Check this out. From Andrew Trollson and Phil Japixi. Go check this one out. You can get it. It's kind of expensive, brand new. It is brand new. You can get it also on your Kindle. So that was what I would suggest. And please don't call me Poppy. Alright. Let's take a look-see here. Back to our pull requests. Use the Humanizer package for pluralization rather than rolling your own. I didn't think we had rolled our own, did we? Did somebody do that? Where did this come from? In string helpers. String helpers. Peter Anderson. I don't think that's so much a pluralized thing. I get it. The yellow programming book is really good. It's what I'm using. Free PDF online. Okay. If you can, drop a link in the chat room there. All right, let's take a look here. Added humanizer package reference, updated search page, removed pluralize as it's no longer needed. So there's humanize, remove the pluralizing. String helpers .pluralize is saying result to quantity. Okay. I get what Ashley is suggesting here. What? Oh, wrong button. This one. Let's take a look at that change. Let's make sure I have everything here before I go start messing with things. C# course. There you go. Seems overkill. It might be, but there are other places where we're going to end up having to humanize things in the future. So I'm not opposed to setting some groundwork here for future updates. Do I want to reload it? Yep. And it's always good to delete code. Hey Gunpert, I'm using a tool called Karnak that shows the keystrokes. Here it is right here. Karnak, it's a Code 52 project. So you can check that out and it'll build that overlay. So now if I go over here, right, where was it using to, there it is, to quantity. It's on the search page. So if I go search, and if I search for a page, one result semi found for page. Well, I don't like the semi there. That's not going to work. Let's go back to search here. So we've got an extra semicolon. We should remove that. Removed extra semicolon. Right, I removed that and... oh, not this again. Yep, so there you go. That's Karnak, and it's open source. Anybody can modify it, update it, and they're starting to do a little bit of work on it again. Where does the bot FAQ come from? It comes from the live stream repository. If we do a search, 2 results found. Fantastic. That's easy. Good. I'm going to merge and push. Ta-ta-ta. You're right. We shouldn't roll our own pluralize. And let's set a good example for future use in this project. Thanks for the fix. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, it's in the wiki. It doesn't... I need to rewire up the auto reload there. The can notify flag for GDPR here. GDPR concerns added a can notify flag to the core wiki user so that users can opt in and subsequently opt out of receiving notifications. So we added a can notify field, opt into notifications. Yeah, we're gonna want to clean that up just a little bit. So let's look at merging this. Let me go there. Yeah. I need to pull. Now we'll do the... Yeah, I know, another database schema change. Core wiki user, we had something added. Index on the account, register, and pages, details, CSHTML. What changed in details? So on manage index, oh nuts. Hide the white space change. Can notify was added. Alright. Okay. And on the index for the account, after phone number, there's a can notify property. Saving that data. Okay. Register, adding the can notify there. And saving that properly. So here, the details page for if author can notify and then sending the email. Okay. I get it. Let's take a look at... Did I already do that pull? Yeah. Yep, reload. Shuchi. Welcome. I think it's going well. We're gonna... I want to take a look at where this checkbox is, because that label feels like we should be able to fix that easily. And then I'm probably going to need to call it shortly after this, so I can finish getting over there. Oh, look at this. Apply. Yes, of course. More migration problems. But this one is in the identity. Data, migrations. Yeah. Any recommendation for a good PDF library for C#? Off the top of my head, I haven't worked with PDFs in C# in a long time. Anybody in the chat room have a recommendation for a PDF library? This feels like I need to create the migration here and make it available. Text Sharp, there you go. That's a good one. Let's do .NET EF. Migrations, add, can notify, and we got to specify the context. The context for this is Core Wiki Identity Context. There we go. So now I should be able to do .NET EF database update, Core Wiki Identity Context, and hopefully I've done this right. Nope. So I think this, looking at what this is actually doing, it's not saving into the database properly that the migrations have been applied. That's sure what it looks like. When we do that ensure created. Right, we say ensure created in here somewhere. It's over in my main startup. here. There it is. So we ensure that it's created, and then it's... I think we want to apply migrations. And I forget which command it is to apply to get pending. It's get pending migrations, and then you apply them. It returns a string. Ah, shoot. What is it to apply all of the pending migrations? Oh, migrate. Duh. Let's do that. Ensure teased should migrate. Ensure teased? Ensure created. Yeah, let's look at the EF migrate. That's a good... Thank you, EM Triple, for pointing that out. Let's take a look at that migrations table in the database. So we're going to open this. cdev, core wiki, wiki identity. EF migrations history. It has nothing in it. Remove ensure created. Yeah, I think that might be the way to go, Moz. Because, right, it didn't... It didn't apply anything. But it's still not going to apply the migrations properly. Because it never created the tables in the first place. So I think I need to nuke the database and then rebuild it. That one. And if we start, nuke and move to app data. Absolutely, Smab. Yep. So now I can apply migrations, and it still isn't. There's wiki identity. Holy crow, look at that. It's 100K. Migrations history. And it applied the migrations. They're there. Right? They've been applied, but it... Let's take a look. Application DB context. So now it's looking at the other one. I think standby reloading is right here. Let's move those into an app data folder at this point. Right. Where's it? Add, new folder. And let's make sure those migrations are applied by doing the... right, we'll do the migrate command here. And that was also in this one. So I can also remove this. Yeah, I'm going to need to delete it, but this should fix it now. Oh, I still have it open. One more time. Now I need to also change my connection strings so that it goes down into app data. Here we go. Where's the other one? Where's the other one? Oh, we hard-coded it? Who's the... Oh, yeah, I wrote that. And I'm just going to copy. Let's call this wiki content to make it a little bit clearer. Right, and I should be able to say configuration.get connection string, and that should work. I hard-coded it in startup. What kind of crazy... I tell you. But you know what?
It can be done exactly how I want it.
So I'm gonna fix it.
The only question is, are you the man to do it?
Yes, I am. And I'm going to do it. And I've got articles. If I register, and I will register. Now, there's the goofy layout there we gotta fix. Before I go any further, so this is in account register. Areas, account register. Can notify. And it's got that weird label that's wrapping funny there. Why is it wrapping so badly? Yeah. Why is it wrapping so badly? Right, these other labels, well, they don't... I tried to hint by putting the new one in settings. But hint not received. Is there something that's fixing this and saying it should only be so wide? No. That just feels weird. It should be like the appropriate width here. Checkboxes and radios. Class, form check label. Fantastic. I will take that. Let's see if that helps. Nope. By default, any number of checkboxes and radios that are immediate siblings will be vertically stacked and appropriately spaced with form check. I think we need to put the class of form check there as well. Nope. Div class form check. Then we put form check input. Oh. Still no. That should have worked. Group checkboxes or radios on the same horizontal row by adding form check inline to any form check. Alright, we'll give that a shot. Come here. Oh, it's already there, and it's not doing it. Should you remove the outer form check inline? Well, that's what it says here. Type equals check. Where do you see type? Well, that's actually coming through on the input. Can notify form control, data val required, name, value, type equals checkbox. It's there. And for input can notify. So it does have it map. How about removing form control from the checkbox? All right. Ah, there we go. Feels like we could use a little bit of margin bottom there. Maybe, right, if we had a little margin top here. Right, what was it? MT is margin top, right? Right? Huh? Look at that. It's like I learned something. There we go. That looks so much better. So I'm gonna just log in, and I'll log in with Twitter. My email. That one. Cool. And if I go to my page, there it is. And then we've got that same goofy layout here that we need to reformat. So that's account manage. Let's close everything but this. Account manage. And it's going to be index in here, I'm guessing. There it is. So this was supposed to be form check input. Form check label. And that, if we did it right, yep. So on the save button here, we did a class equals MT. I did 4 to get a little bit of spacing there. Much better. All right. Hey, look at that. I'm learning Bootstrap. What do you think, Smab? I'm learning Bootstrap, huh? I think that looks better. And I think those were the only 2 places that we had it. So I am going to commit those changes here. Let's see. Yeah, looks good. Fixed migrations and layout of checkboxes. Fantastic. And we'll merge that. This plus 100. Cool. Bootstrap wizard. Shut up.
And you blew it!
I fixed it now, Robert. Okay? I fixed it. Looks better. Alright. I think that was the last pull request. There we go. Alright. Now, there's been an interesting discussion going on. The last bit that I wanted to talk about, something that Jobon's actually been kind of harping on. There's been an interesting discussion going on over on Twitter. Look at that, Ashley with 17 contributions. Tops for the week. There we go. Thanks so much for the contributions. That looks really great. The chatter that's been going on has been around intermediate string variables that are being allocated and just to be used once and then disposed, and then it actually creates a memory leak. So that's the chatter. Right, so these property assignments, not too bad. No, not bad here. But there were a couple places where we allocated a string, we calculated a string just to dispose of it, and that kind of allocation of a string on one line and then have it used on the very next line as a parameter for a method, that intermediate allocation chews up a little bit of memory, and it's something that we can optimize easily and reduce that extra memory allocation. Could you comment on Stream Tools issue 114? So I think that's something that might be interesting to write a analyzer around to help with. Convert GitHub contributor scroller to a web component. I love this idea. I've included the CDN version of Web Components.js. Yeah, I like this idea. You close the widget over here. What about marquee to display some of the dynamic information displayed on screen? For example, the uptime, goal, progress, number of followers. The streaming hub, what delivers stuff to marquee style. Oh my gosh. For SMAP. Hey, there we go. Thank you for the cheer. We'll match and don't make a donation on that. How did Parathon close this? I've already got the ticker up there. Ah, because you opened it. That's why. Surely agree with Mr. Fowler. Be mindful about garbage collection. There's a lot of new stuff in .NET Core to help now. Yes, and I think we can provide some tools to make it easier for folks to fall into the pit of success and use better practices. Let me finish discussing this. That makes the code pen work on Firefox as well. Let me know if you want this to be included in the current marquee code and whether you prefer the CDN inclusion or a local npm install, which would put that code in the JavaScript bundle. There is, of course, always the option of abandoning this idea altogether. So let's look at the pen here. Boring, unstyled marquee without any content, with some custom content, with content and styling. Okay. I like it. I would prefer to have, because I package and run everything inside of a Docker container, part of me would like to have it in there. 10 needed to get on the top 3 scoreboard. Sure, why not? Thank you. We'll match those 10 bits. Thank you so much for the bits. Yeah, I'm okay with this. I think we've already got some. I need to find some space to put some of those other metrics and things. I could even see in the space here in my little thing here, have the followers, the current viewer count, some of those other values scroll by as part of that. I can buy that, sure. So let's create a pull request for that, and start working on the integration there, Brave Cobra. I think that's okay. Let's do it, and then we can reuse that with what we're doing with the GitHub ticker as well. So very cool. Okay. So Joe Bun there is talking about this over string allocation, right? Strings are actually very expensive in .NET. And the less that we can allocate additional strings, the better. So if we can minimize those, if we can not iterate over them, the split method, there was some discussion of that today, is very costly. So if we can minimize the use of those things, we actually can increase performance by reducing extra memory allocations. So that's definitely something that we should consider as .NET developers, and I think there's a place for an analyzer, a Roslyn analyzer, that can identify extra string allocations that may be unnecessary and throw some sort of a performance warning into our code. I'm noticing these 3 reds over here and wondering, oh, it's the editor config. Okay. So I need to wrap up here today because I need to get packed up and out the door for my event here. And my phone's been discharging like crazy this whole time, and I'm already down to 30% left. Holy crow! That's going to be a problem. It's not charging right at all. I'm going to have a real problem when I get to Europe this afternoon, tomorrow. So I want to thank everybody for jumping it. Yeah, I'm going to have to use the car charger. You're right. But I want to thank everybody for submitting all of those pull requests. You're going to see, right, we've got updates there on the ticker. And, of course, we'll see the ticker all next week. So folks will be able to get credit on that. I am going to bring my gear with me to Germany. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to stream. Well, I'm not going to be streaming on Tuesday. My normal schedule on Tuesday is just not happening because I'll be in the air somewhere over the Atlantic during that time, so I won't be able to stream on Tuesday morning. I'll update the schedule and put a post here on the wall indicating that. But I will actually be in Germany, and it'll be well after my keynote on Monday. So I might do a Monday stream instead. I'm gonna bring my gear. We'll see if I can make that happen. If I can, I'll send out a notification. You'll see it pop up on the schedule. But otherwise, I'll see you on Thursday. So I'll try to make Monday happen. Tuesday is not. And at the very worst, we'll see you on Thursday. Where's the view component for the followers so I can replace it with the icon idea? Oh, let me answer that question here from Parathon real quick. Yep. The followers count that you see for Stream Tools is... And we had some talk about using an icon down here for the followers instead of having that block of text there taking up a lot of space. I believe we did that as... Nope. Viewers is a page. Here it is. So followers count. And if we scroll down here, there's the connection. And right there is the line where it's outputting the followers that you see right here. So that should be pretty easy. So, thanks for the safe wishes. I'm gonna call it there. Where's my stop button? I'm gonna go finish getting packed up. I need to pack. I need to start heading for the airport. And to my German friends, I'll see you on Monday. Guten Abend, Deutschland. We'll see you then. Thanks so much. Video will be over on YouTube a little bit later today. Take care, everybody. Oh, let's raid somebody. Oh my gosh, before I go, we gotta raid somebody. Let's see if there's a developer stream out there we can raid real quick. Oh my gosh. I have to raid somebody. Who's out there in the programming community that we can raid? Hey, I know that guy. Coding and stuff. CI/CD chill live stream on Linux. Demaj, C++, Android software development. Gosh. Is there anybody on creative that's talking about programming? Let's see if we got somebody cool here. Hello. That's painting. All right. They're quite creative. Sometimes programmers are over here on creative. Text editor and stuff. No. YouTube chat API and chat alarm. I think we're gonna raid Wandable. Oh, Just As Claire is still on? Oh my gosh. We're raiding Claire. Done. Done. We're gonna raid Claire. Everybody, make sure you say hi to Claire when you get over there. Alright. And I'll see you next time. Take care, everybody. And say hi to our friend Claire. Give her some support. Alright? We'll see you next week.